Hey y'all, I'm April Mckinney, and today I'm going to be making my Summer Peach Blondies with a simple caramel sauce. These are absolutely out of this world. I love peaches in the summertime. You know, peaches are one of those things that you really, if you try to buy peaches in the winter, they're just not going to be very good. You just have to enjoy them while they're here. And we have this awesome thing called the Peach Truck in Nashville that brings these fresh Georgia peaches up here, and they are absolutely amazing. So I've been getting creative with peaches this summer. It's one of my favorite fruits. And so I'm going to show you these really rich and delicious peach blondies. These are just to die for. The first thing we're going to do is just start mixing up our ingredients. What I have here is 6 tablespoons of butter. It's just going to go right in my mixer. And you could actually probably do this by hand. You probably don't have to use a mixer, but just to make it easy on myself, I'm going to use one today. And then 1 cup of brown sugar is going here. So we got butter and brown sugar. That's a great start to any dessert in my opinion. All right, so let's get this mixed up. So once the butter and brown sugar come together, we're going to go ahead and add an egg. Just 1 egg to this. And we're also going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We'll just give it another mix. Perfect. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just mix up our dry ingredients. Really, really simple. What I have is 1 cup of just regular all-purpose flour here. And then I also have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And I don't worry about sifting it. All I'm going to do is just whisk it up just to get any lumps out of that flour and lighten it all up. And that salt is going to really complement the sweetness of the fresh peaches and the brown sugar. And it's just going to be so good. Just go ahead and get that in there, and we'll just start mixing it up again. Perfect. As soon as it comes together like that, you want to just stop mixing. We don't have to keep on going. You just want to let it come together. All right, now that I've gotten my dough all mixed up here, I'm going to go ahead and add in my peaches and my pecans. And when you're picking out peaches for this, you want to get peaches that are ripe, so they're a little bit soft to the touch, but you don't want them to be mushy and so they just totally break down in here. You want them to stay in these little bite-sized, small little pieces here. I'm just going to pour that in. I'm going to do about 1.5 cups of peaches. And all I'm going to do is just begin to fold these into the dough. It's going to seem a little thick at first, but just keep working it and just get them well incorporated in there. This is going to be very peachy, very, very yummy. And now I'm also going to add in 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, because pecans and peaches, the South, it all just goes really well together. So it's going to add a nice crunch and just continue to fold this in. You don't want to overwork this, like I said. Once you get it, you know, the peaches and the pecans pretty well incorporated into it, you can stop mixing. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and get this in my pan. I've got you can use an 8-inch or a 9-inch square baking dish here, and you can just start to spread it out with your spatula. And like I said, my oven's at 350 degrees, so I'm going to put these in for 35 to 45 minutes. It sounds like sort of a big time difference there, but it really depends on how juicy your peaches are. If they're really juicy, then it may take a little longer to cook. So put it in for 35 minutes, check it, and then go for another 5 or 10 minutes, depending on when you think it'll be done. It is done when the toothpick comes out clean in the middle. All right, we're nice and spread out, so I'll go ahead and get them in the oven. Okay, so while our blondies are baking, I'm going to go ahead and make this really, really simple caramel sauce that's going to go over the top of them. So what I have is 1/4 cup of butter, or 1/2 stick of butter, and then I have 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We're really liking the brown sugar in these recipes. And then 1/4 cup of 1/2 and 1/2. I'm going to go right in there. And then I'm just going to measure it out in my palm, but about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that saltiness, like I said with the blondies, in the butter and the brown sugar, it's just really going to bring out the nice sweetness. I love a little bit of salt in anything sweet. And then about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm just going to stir this up and let it cook for 3 or 4 minutes until everything just melts together and it gets really nice and smooth. All right, our sauce is done. It is going to be so delicious over those peach blondies. All right, the blondies have come out of the oven. It just looks delicious and it smells even better. I'm gonna let these cool for a little while before I actually cut them up into squares, and I'll show you what they look like when they cool down. All right, so the blondies are done and they've cooled a little bit, so I went ahead and cut them up. And then I have this delicious caramel sauce here that was so easy that I'm just gonna drizzle on top. Oh my goodness. This smells amazing. The caramel sauce, like I said, it's just so simple to make. Absolutely delicious. Put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on here and it is just a southern summer dessert that you have got to try. So I hope that you'll give this a try, and I hope you enjoy it this summer with the fresh peaches that we have. Be sure to check out my website, aprilmckinney.com, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click on my picture and that will let you subscribe, and then also go like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. Thanks so much.